when you know politics and how the world works, what happened in Nevada is now going to spread to other areas where they're kicking ranchers and farmers off public land everywhere who have the grazing rights certified, who have the farming rights certified. I mean, you got, again, 90% of Nevada, 80% of a bunch of other states. Texas has the least amount of public land anywhere, and that's a good thing, in my view. And but people that were there before still had the grazing rights. This is a big deal to property rights, but it's a big deal to defeating the media. It's a big deal on the fact they tried to lie about what happened. It didn't work. It's just a major sea change. And believe me, I know in my gut when something's big. I've only freaked out one other time when we got the Copenhagen documents ahead of time and the secret UN documents about them fixing climate change and blaming humans for anthropogenic global warming. And I freaked out and said, this is it. This is going to derail their entire global taxation system. And people for about 6 months said, Alex, that wasn't that big of a deal. Now everyone admits that killed their whole main $50+ billion funding operation. They spent $50 billion in the last 30 years pushing this. And we blew it to living hell on this show with Lord Monckton, who got the documents. We blew it to living hell. And Friday, when we got the documents that Harry Reid with the Chinese Communist government was taking over 120-something mile swath starting at Bundy's ranch, I literally was higher than a kite all day. I mean, I'm talking high, ladies and gentlemen, because I love freedom. And I know these globalists want to hurt humanity. We're going to kick their ass together. We are going to stop them. That's all I want. And they've told us that we can't beat them. We're going to beat them. Believing we can beat them is a secret to it. And to see those people with the feds with their guns trained on them saying, we will shoot you, keeping their guns at their side and marching saying, go ahead and shoot us. And when it does, we're going to shoot back, but only after you pull the trigger first. It was literally Lexington and Concord Part 2, but the globalists backed off this time. And let me tell you something. They backed off because they're smart, and they know humanity's got the power. And they know in the breast of every man, woman, and child out there beats that idea of liberty. It is such a small cadre of evil people that want to control our civilization. Finish up the video at the end where they cut the wires for TV viewers, radio listeners, all narrate it. The video's up on Infowars.com. It's so important. Historic feds forced to surrender to American citizens.
We respect your authorities.
There they are, cutting the fence, even though the feds have guns aimed right at them, 10 feet away, saying we're going to shoot you if you come through. And I'm sorry, just because you're all dressed up in camo doesn't mean we're afraid.
Well, has never been won.
It's only the beginning of the long march to humanity's ultimate destiny. Look at the men with their machine guns backing off, walking back with their backs turned like they've got to worry about a crowd that walked with their guns down. And that's only a small group. They had snipers all over the hills, armored vehicles, helicopters, you name it. This is what humanity is. This is what courage is. God, watching this video, I can't wait for David Knight to host tomorrow.
Turn your back on us, you big boys with those big guns on you.
These are people that were tasering old women the day before. These are people with pleasure setting police dogs on folks. And now they're backing off because they don't represent America. They don't represent freedom. They represent the foreign banks that are destroying this country. And we're sick of it. And there go the cows being released. I told them, give us 30 minutes, we'll release them. They said, no. You know that's right down the road. You got 10 minutes. They weren't threatening violence. The farmers and ranchers just said, we're marching in, and we're going to release those cattle you stole. That's what it's all about. You see that movie, Free Range, with Kevin Costner and Robert Duvall that's based on a composite of true stories? That's what this is, but the people back down. The establishment back down. They're going to regroup. They're going to try other stuff. But here's the deal. Americans haven't been slaves because we're cowards. We've been slaves because we've been in a trance, asleep. Well, let me tell you something. That spell's breaking. And nothing on earth is going to stop it. This is so exciting. And it's a great testament to the new media that has supplanted the enemy media. And there's going to be great trials and tribulations. But in the final equation, by the grace of God, we're going to beat these people. We're going to talk to folks that were there coming up. Were you there? Or are you watching it live? We'll take your calls as well. 877-789-ALEX. Wide open phones, 877-789-2539. Stay with us. Geopolitical news coming up after calls.